It's a whole nother day. It's a whole nother day. I'm like sitting here. Bro, should I buy 2K? Should I get scammed again? Wait, bro, what the? Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Bro, is we buying 2K?
It's something over a 7.
We understand
Bro, what?
how hard it is to balance work and life.
Bro,
Sometimes you forget.
I gathered the best park gameplay from all of NBA 2K26 Community Day, and I will be showing it all in one video. Every game I will have a user using every player on the court. That way it's basically as close as we can possibly get to our first park gameplay, just with my team cards in place of my players. We're gonna be showing 5v5 gameplay with 10 users playing, 2v2 with 4 users playing, 3v3 with 6 users playing, and then random interesting clips that are in co-op or full user games. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get into the first 5v5 game of NBA 2K26 to start the video. What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Henry, aka Double H, back at it with yet another banger. Now, I didn't get a chance to play Triple Threat Park or the All-Star Team Up 5v5 when at Community Day. I was so locked into the builder and the play now and the gameplay breakdown video. So shout out to everybody from Community Day that ended up sending me their footage to make this video possible. We are starting with Laker Fan, who plays a lot of competitive Pro-Am, and he sent me his footage of this 5v5 game right here. He was on Wilt Chamberlain, and this was a full 10 stack lobby, and the other point guard on the other team who just got that lane steal and just hit it through with Shea is Kang Dooms, who also plays Pro-Am usually on point guard. So this should be an interesting gameplay to look over. I've already cut it up, so I kind of know what happens for the most part, so I'll be able to go over it. They have Wemby and they have Wilt Chamberlain on the same team. Now Wemby's 7'4" right here. He's moving pretty slow up the court. That is a my team card with a 25 speed on that play, so keep that in mind. Anthony Edwards, I don't know
he kind of moving sweet.
how that wasn't contested by the other Wemby in the paint, especially being 7'4".
That was
kind of crazy.
Right there was
also notice the greening rebounds. Okay, Wemby gets completely demolished in the paint right there. The other Wemby greens rebound. They're going down the court, and a lot of that's gonna happen a lot. There's not really type of timing. So yeah, if you shoot with button, they don't have slightly early, slightly late. I don't know why it's like that. It is what it is. You saw Jokic get another green rebound earlier. Now they got the ball back. It's 12-9. Easy little pick and roll pump fakes. Get the easy standing dunk after the Wemby jump. And that's another reaching foul. And a lot of people were used to reaching and just getting caught getting fouls. I don't know what kind of layup animation that was from Jokic, but he gets it to go. Driving dunk. 25 would just spam and eventually get rewarded with them getting something out of it. I feel like
I might get
there's a lot of
scammed
animations
again,
in
bro.
25 where
It's
you
looking
can
like I'm
reach
about
and
to
the
buy the
player
game and get
kind of
scammed.
has to, the offensive player like stops dribbling and is like stuck in this animation where he has to like move the ball away from him. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Now that's not even an animation in the game. Now it's just a foul, and I feel like I like that a lot better. As Wemby was kind of dominating the boards this game as expected, because they're running against a 3-guard lineup. Luka gets him jumping. He still gets the contest because he is 7'4". He doesn't have a takeover equipped, so now he's just on fire. And look at Luka bringing up the ball, hits Iverson. I don't know how that's not a lane steal. I don't know what Anthony Edwards' steal rating is, but he doesn't get that lane steal. As what do you know, another foul call. People were way too used to just reaching to reach. You gotta reach at the right time. And after going like 0 for 5 to start the game, Chimomo just shoots a back fade and makes it with Curry. There's something about them back fades, bro. I'm gonna have to look into that when I get my hands on 2K26 again. Okay, Curry wide open, catch and shoot, doesn't get it, and
I don't lie. I'm not watching that video anymore.
Anthony Edwards with the putback. Okay, spam. Okay, go crazy. We got Luka driving to the basket. I ain't gonna lie, Luka is not that fast, but he was fast out here. That game speed looking crazy. I like the increase in the game speed. They get a little tip pass lane right there. Easy, wide open, fast break dunk. Now it's 18-16. Chimoma with Curry trying to get something going. Kicks it out.
I watched every video that came out today. When it comes to that damn gameplay, I have over 50 clips of very interesting things that you would want to know and see, and some things that are extremely hilarious. Either way, not every little detail, but a lot of things that stand out within the NBA 2K26 gameplay. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Now, firstly, hey, wait, hold on. Be sure to hit the like button if you want some more NBA 2K26 updates without the throat hugging on the knees. Now, firstly, I want to speak on something that's very important. Please spread my knowledge to the negative win percents, Sim Nation NPCs. Guys, all the fantastic dribbling you're seeing, the Genjutsu, this what you're seeing right now, it's fake. I'm gonna explain to you why. Simply, all you guys have to do to see if you think this is like a real reality, why when you look at everybody's park gameplay was like no one dribbling like this. You have to understand, it's infinite stamina, no adrenaline. You cannot play like this in the game. When you actually look at people's park gameplays, they're almost unwatchable. To watch like the whole gameplay, people aren't even dribbling. Actually pay attention. This is what a lot of y'all, the negative win percents, the Sim Nation, the old heads, all the ones like, oh, this gotta be realistic. Guys, if dribbling is really like this, right? Y'all just seeing a clip, you know, it's not even their fault, man. They're just showing you they know what's gonna go, right? But what y'all aren't understanding, look at the gameplay. Almost no one was dribbling. I haven't seen one good clip in all the park gameplays I've seen. Not one. Everyone was running around.
Escape, Zach Levine's.
Whenever we put our custom animations in and we mix and match our favorite SIGs, that it'll be more fluent. And from what I've seen when I was at the event with the other dribblers, that was exactly the case. People said that it was a lot more fluent whenever you put your actual animations in together. So we'll call this one a small negative. Steph Curry dribble style. I don't even need to say anything here, just look at this speed boost. There is no speed boost in the entire game that is better than this. And finally, the most overpowered dribbler in NBA 2K26. Steph Curry behind the back, aka the Curry slide. Shocker, I know, the move that lets you change direction and speed boost to either side is the best move in the game. But yeah, overall dribbling felt, but if we look at the flip side and try to get contact dunks with smaller builds like Anthony Edwards and Ja Morant, it was still very possible, don't get me wrong, but it was a lot harder and the green windows were visibly smaller. I'm sure in some of the clips the green window looks kind of the same as the Giannis ones, but in some of those clips the difficulty was set to pro just so I could see the changes. I'm not gonna call someone trash for missing a random button prompt, but I'm also not gonna give someone props for hitting a random button prompt. Usually whenever you think of upping the skill, you want to be able to give someone props whenever they can do something that other people can't do. But I'm not gonna dab up my boy because he clicked circle instead of square. I just think it is an unnecessary change. I will say that at lower difficulties it was always, I can't stress how important it is that you take this new feature seriously, especially if you're a spot-up build like a lockdown or a popper. And if you're worried that it looks too hard to time, after 30 minutes of labbing, I was able to green consistently with Brandon Podziemski on Hall of Fame difficulty. Trust me, you will be fine. Now enough yapping about that, let's cover a feature that
methods that they said it did not work. So everybody,
yeah, bro, I'm about to be a scam, bro. Right,
so they have methods to try to take off the meter and could not take off the meter. This means we will have problems in 2K26 not being able to take off your meter in the first week.
I'm about to get the game.
You can see why I'm concerned, okay? But now that's pretty much all I have to share in today's video. That's pretty much all I can.
With the Amex Gold Card, every meal is a reward, earning you
really share it.
Bro, do y'all see this? Bro, he
Like,
took
just like
Zach
scared,
LaVine's step back and gave it to Lillard. He literally be moving animations around so they're not the same.
So, ankle breaker, another ankle breaker. Take it all the way. Yeah, I do notice, again, I get lots of ankle breakers based off of those crossovers. And then I did get one right here off of like a step back. I tried to take a dunk, but I just broke Mike Conley with that nice little step back animation. So yeah, I mean, again, man, I feel like ankle breakers, they may make more sense this year and a moving crossover. Like that, look at that. I just got a double ankle breaker. And then, I don't know how I made that, but I did. Take a look at that one more time. Got the ball running up the court. Ankle breaker, another ankle breaker. Take it all the way. Yeah, I do notice, again, I get lots of ankle breakers based off of those crossovers. Far away from Ayton, right? And I stunned him right there. Look at the stun. It's crazy. I do notice when I was playing that I was getting a lot of ankle breakers off of like a step back running forward and a moving crossover. Like that. Look at that. I just got a double ankle breaker. And then, I don't know how I made that, but I did. Take a look at that one more time. But maybe you could do like a hesitation.
This is not pro play technology. This is a gimmick, bro.
R2 and hold L2 and you'll get this animation if you use Victor Wembanyama, bro.
What the hell?
Yo, this could be insane. I mean, obviously the green window is very small, but I think we could find some like glitchy ones. Maybe you could cancel out of it, speed boost out of it. I don't know, man. I feel like this game is going to be very offensively driven.
Of those crossovers. Far away from Ayton, right? And I stunned him right there. Look at the stun.
I don't play defense and I don't never play
A lot of
defense.
ankle breakers off of like a step back running forward and a moving crossover. Like that. Look at that. I just got a double ankle breaker.
I leave for no defense on my players ever. What you mean?
Hesitation in between, so you don't lose the adrenaline bar. But yeah, this is what it's looking like right now. I told Mike Wing I like the game speed. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. So hopefully we can keep it this way. But yeah, if you
maybe you could do like a hesitation in between, so you don't lose the adrenaline bar. But yeah, this is what it's looking like right now. I told Mike Wing I like the game speed. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. So hopefully we can keep it this way. But yeah, if you spam it 3 times or more, you're gonna lose the adrenaline bar. And this is what it looks like with Steph Curry. It's not only escapes. You can do it with the behind the backs as well. You lost an adrenaline bar. Take it all the way. I missed the dunk. Don't worry about that. But let's break this down.
Responsible, Cole.
Okay. Got Ja Morant coming up the court.
Responsible,
Okay. Let's count how many times I do it before I lose an adrenaline bar. One. That's one escape to the left. One escape to the right. Another escape to the left, and then I lose an adrenaline bar. So you are basically able. Really good speed with ball rating, but take a look at it right here. I'm gonna pull it off.
It's not how it always was. Like
Kobe?
Run right out of it, dude. I promise, man. The game speed.
Kobe?
Signature style or signature size up when you walk backwards is back. So basically, you're just gonna hold.
Kobe? Click, 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 click.
Hold the left stick down and flick the right stick up, and you get that animation right there. I mean, look at this.
Meters, we were not able to change our shot feedback. We were not able to customize.
Cutting off LeBron is crazy.
Any of that stuff. Okay, so that's gonna kind of hinder the gameplay a little bit, and also it's literally our first couple minutes playing NBA 2K26
as well. No more needing to do a move before doing the aggressive behind the back, and no more needing to double flick the right stick. Now it's reverted to its old control. Simply hold turbo, flick down diagonal on the right stick towards the off-ball hand, and then up diagonal with the left stick. Basically running with the move, allowing you to do the aggressive behind the back animations at any given. Number 3, the OG momentum cross is back. And so is the momentum behind the back. The controls for the momentum are different. You'll want to flick directly up on the right stick, then hold turbo and run diagonally up. And this can be done with any dribble style, but there are tiers to it. These momentum crosses can be chained into multiple moves, including a variety of behind the back animations. Leading us to number 4 in the momentum.
Look, great tempo bounce back, mate. Oh, my cousin's trying to tell us something. Oh my God. Hey, cousin trying to tell us something. Oh man, my soul, he's trying to tell us something. What's going on? How did he lose the ball? What is happening? Bro, wait, hold on.
25. We have
This is like a horrible sequence, bro. What happened?
compare this to what I've been trying to do. What I've been trying to do myself is compare this with games like 24.
You have to unlock this through rep or.
Bro, what? I'm just Dunzo.
Creating builds is expensive, and optimizing builds to their fullest can be time-consuming and challenging. So I'm here to give you 10 mistakes to avoid when creating your build on 2K26. Drop a like on the video for me, and let's get right into it. The first one regards the new Badge Max +1 and +2 system. So understanding this is very important, and I'm going to explain a few reasons why. You're going to get a Badge Max +1 in the Tier 1 and Tier 2 slot. You're also going to get a Badge Max +2 in the Tier 1, Tier 2 slot. And then you're going to get an extra Badge Max +1 and Badge Max +2 through the build specialization. Utilizing these Badge Maxes is going to be very important in terms of maximizing your build's potential. And there's some mistakes you could make. For example, if you're a build with a 99 rebound and you pick the rebounding build specialization, those extra +1 and +2 Badge Max slots can only be applied to rebounding. But since you already have a 99 rebound, your rebounding badges are on legend. You're not going to be able to put those Badge Max +1 and 2s on anything. So it's very important you pick a build specialization that's going to allow you to not only use those specialized cap breakers, but those specialized Badge Max +1 and 2 slots. It's also very important that you pay attention to badge tiers. Depending on the height of your build, certain badges are going to fluctuate between Tier 1 and Tier 2. This could be the difference between using your Badge Max perks on very valuable badges all across the board, or having to waste it on a less valuable badge because you weren't paying attention to which badges were in the Tier 1 and Tier 2 slots. Pay attention to your badge layout and all these new Badge Max slots to make sure you're able to utilize them on more valuable badges. Next up, with pure green windows returning to 2K26, it's going to be more important than ever to find the biggest green window jump shot bases for your specific build. And NBA 2K Labs has you covered. They have a bunch of free tools on their website, but what you're really looking for is under the premium section, the custom jump shot data. This is an absolute cheat code every year on 2K. This data contains statistically tested jump shots for your specific build, giving you the biggest green windows and the fastest releases,
you can't make a jump shot on 2K by now, bro.
Over the competition. I personally use this database for all my builds. If you're interested in access to this, use code Joe at checkout for a big discount. I cannot recommend NBA 2K Lab enough. Animations could be the difference between you hating your build and loving your build. So making sure you have the attribute requirements necessary to unlock the animations you want should be very high on your priority list. Missing an animation threshold by a few attribute points is one of the most frustrating things you could do with a new build. So make sure you pay great attention to what attribute requirements are needed for the animations that you want to unlock. The newly added animation glossary is something you could utilize to try to make sure that you're not missing any attribute requirements needed for the animations that you want.
I don't even know what to make, bro.
Build possible
I might
for
just
yourself,
make like a
you're going to want to have the most optimized animations available.
I don't even know if I'm about to buy this game. I might just hop on.
And I know some people are saying I already know about cat breakers. I use them in 2K25. They are
gonna be like an out of body
so let's break this down quickly so that you don't make a mistake when it comes to your cat breakers. First reminder I want to give you: your player has to have the ability to unlock the attribute that you're going to apply the cat breakers to. For example, if your build caps out at a 96 3-pointer, you cannot apply cat breakers to then push it to a 99. So when you're selecting your height, weight, and wingspan, make sure you have the capability to unlock the attributes that you want to apply your cat breakers to. For example, you could have a 94 3-pointer with the potential to get to 99, add 5 cat breakers, and now you have that 99 3 that you were looking for. Now, a new feature with cat breakers is you can now apply them to lower rated attributes and get bigger returns on one cat breaker, sometimes reaching a double-digit attribute boost. Or you can apply it to a highly rated attribute for your +1 per cat breaker boost. When creating your builds, you're going to want to plan ahead about what you intend to do with your cat breakers, unless you just plan on creating a whole new build once you unlock the cat breakers. But like we said, builds are expensive. Sometimes you want to plan in advance that, hey, by the time I unlock my cat breakers, I already know where I'm going to use them. And lastly, when it comes to cap breakers, remember, you're going to have to unlock these cap breakers. You are not starting with cap breakers on your build. Even the build specialization cap breakers that have to be applied to a specific attribute category, you're going to have to unlock them through the build specialization quests. High risk versus low risk builds. I've talked about this on my channel for years. If you're someone that's planning on making a couple builds at the start of the year, let's say you plan on making a guard and a center build, make the lower risk build first, which is the center. It's a much harder task to mess up a center build than it is a guard build. You can make your center build, start playing the game and see how it is. Let everybody else make mistakes with their guard builds. Take in that information and then tweak it to make the guard build you want to make. Guard builds are easier to mess up because there's more that goes into them. You have to make sure you're getting specific dribble moves, specific layup packages, jump shot bases, dunk packages. There's a lot more that goes into it as opposed to a center. You're really just making sure you got the attributes and the badges that you want. Sure, there's some dunk packages and jump shot bases you want to get, but they're at much lower attribute thresholds and you're pretty much going to have access to all of them as a big man. So make the low risk build first. Let everybody else make mistakes with the higher risk builds. Take in that information, make the tweaks that you need, and then make your higher risk build a few days later. Next is make sure you actually understand what each attribute contributes to when it comes to gameplay. I can't tell you how many times people have come to me and it's clear they don't actually understand what each attribute means. For example, putting up your mid-range also is your post-fade rating. Putting up your agility will not affect how quick you are with the ball in your hands. Agility is only for off-ball movement and defense. Putting up your close shot will also raise your post hook rating. Make sure you understand what the attributes actually mean so that when you're putting up attributes for your build, you're actually creating the build you want to play on and optimizing it to its fullest potential. We've touched on this one a little bit when it came to the cap breakers, but pay attention to your physicals. Height, weight, and wingspan affect the attribute limits of your build. Make sure the physicals you select allow you to get the attributes and badges that you want to unlock to optimize your build. Also this year, pay attention. The maximum wingspan now is 6 inches above whatever height you choose. Also pay attention that some of the attribute caps have changed based on height and wingspan. Taller players and players with longer wingspans now have access to higher 3-point ratings. That's just one example. Make sure you're paying attention to your physicals.
That's sweet. Oh, that's sweet. I just kind of sweep it up. For real, arms. God, why kind of looks sweet.
And what it allows you to unlock on your build. Create a build to fit the game modes that you like to play. If you like to play on the 1v1 court, you're not going to need pass accuracy on your build. But if you're somebody who likes to play 5v5 rec or pro-am, pass ac might be more of a necessity. Same thing that goes with free throw. If you're only a park player, you're not going to need free throw on your build. But if you're somebody that likes to dabble in the rec or 5v5 pro-am, you might want to raise that free throw.
Someone that likes to
Create
dabble
a build
in the...
specific to the game modes that you want to play that will allow you to optimize it to its fullest potential. Also create a build that fits the teammates you like to play with. And I know some of you are saying, Joe, I play random rec or random theater. I don't know who I'm going to be playing with. You still know the types of people that enter those courts a lot of the times. If you're a center that likes to play 5v5 comp pro-am, maybe making an inside center might be a viable option because you're playing with a bunch of guys that want to 3-hun and dance around screens, and you being able to just crash the boards and get all the dunks in the paint is of value. But if you're a random rec player, you know a lot of people in there are trying to cut back door and slash to the basket and dunk and layup and do all that stuff. You're going to want to be able to shoot on your center so that you can bring the other team's center away from the hoop, or if they leave you open, you're going to be able to knock it down. Create a build to not only fit the game modes you want to play, but to fit with the teammates or the randoms that you're going to be hooping with. Pay attention to takeover when creating your build. There is custom takeover this year, which allows you to select whatever 3 attributes you want to boost. If you decide to select 2 or 1 attributes, you'll receive an even bigger boost to those attributes. But pay attention to the takeover abilities, what they do, and more importantly, what attribute thresholds you need to reach to unlock those abilities. Let's say you're planning on making a custom takeover to not only boost your shooting attributes, but you want one of the shooting takeover abilities like Deep Bomber. If you don't meet the attribute requirements to unlock the Deep Bomber ability, you're not going to be able to use that in your custom takeover. Make sure you're paying attention to the takeover thresholds and meet the attribute requirements to unlock them. And probably the most important tip I can give you when it comes to making a build, create a build that you want to play on. You specifically. I don't care what YouTuber or TikTok, or if your mom told you to make a certain build, make a build that you want to play on. I can't tell you how many times I made a build and somebody told me that build's
This all-around build stats and build name is giving me 2K20 playmaking glass cleaner vibes, and I'm here to show you what it's all about. I'm just gonna spoil the build name right now. A two-way MIDI